basketball season. 5 weeks of spring training where a bunch of dudes who wear number 98,
Well,
97.
that
I mean,
yeah.
come on. It
No, I'm
becomes
talking
redundant.
more like what it signifies in terms of like the seasons changing.
Right.
I'm an outdoor guy. I like being outdoors. I don't like being pent up inside. And as much as I know the state needs the rain, I'm rained out, dude. Like I want to go out and enjoy the world. So yeah, I love and I love what
Hey, you
kind of
know what?
spring training signifies.
You
And
know
I'm
what?
actually going to go down to Arizona.
I'm going to do this. You've told us a million times. You're going to hang out with Nash. You're going to
I'm
go to a
excited.
Diamondbacks.
I'm really excited to go to
Giants game. Maybe I'll get to Arizona one of these days. I do love Phoenix.
Have you been to spring training?
Once.
The experience is, I would say,
Yeah.
much overpriced,
Yes.
but it is fun. It's fun to do
fun.
one time.
Yeah, one time only. Easy Wong, my guy Easy E. What's up, Ease?
What's up, Easy?
Yo, Bonte, don't forget about your boy who works for USPS. He's a mailman downtown, listens all the time to the Morning Roast. Shout out to Easley.
you.
Shout out to Easley. He used to sit in the bleachers out there at Oracle Park.
Hey, they got good gear.
They do have good gear, really good gear.
USPS, they got sweet gear with
Yeah.
that eagle.
Yeah, that eagle
I'm
is.
feeling
Well,
it.
I can't wear anything with the eagle on it anymore. I'm done with that.
Well, you're a Washington Eagle.
No, well, I know. We have the same logo as the Philadelphia Eagles now. It sucks. This also sucks. This headline I just read. This NBA Central account on Twitter just gets all this stuff, right? So LakersDaily.com reported people close to LeBron James described the January loss to the Boston Celtics as the worst defeat for him mentally since JR's finals blunder in Game 1 of the 2018
Shut up.
NBA Finals.
No, they didn't.
I swear to God, I had to read this one, man. Again, people close to LeBron described January's loss, which is just last week. We were in Philadelphia watching that. Well, I fell asleep on that game. January loss to the Celtics as LeBron's worst defeat for him mentally since JR's finals blunder. And we're just going to skip over George Hill missing the second free throw. Let's just give George Hill a pass.
George Hill. He'll be traded again at the deadline. He's traded every year at the
No
deadline.
doubt. Well, right now he's with Milwaukee. Maybe they'll make a move. Come on, LeBron. He's
come
been
on.
shout.
I'm
Dude,
so sick of
he's done a
LeBron.
million interviews in the last week. I get it. He's gonna.
Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me why they don't want to come to the Lakers.
Right, maybe it's me. He's very disappointed Kyrie's not a Laker. Why would you want to be married to Kyrie after he ditched you in Cleveland?
Spadoni, what is name a band that like traffics in emo music? It's not Blink 182, but it would
My
be like
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance.
who's
There
that?
we go. Like, cue the My
that?
Chemical Romance music for LeBron James. Maybe it's me that Kyrie doesn't want to partner with me. That guy, I'm so sick of him.
Yeah, it's 650. Xfinity Mobile text line says, I sound like Mr. Negative just wanted. I'm all smiles, man. Chapsky's back. The
Warriors
roast is
won.
back at full strength. Clay dropped 12 threes. It's the eighth time in his career that he's made at least 10 threes in a game. Second only to Stephen Curry.
Wow.
Stephen Curry's done it 22 times. Clay has done it 8 times.
22?
Yeah, 22 times.
10 more threes?
10 or more threes in a game.
22?
Steph has done it 22 times.
Wow.
Clay's done it 8. Damian Lillard he's done it 4 times. So, man, I feel good. Warriors win. Jordan Poole double-double. Draymond played well. Loon Dog, the birthday boy off the bench with 11 rebounds. What's not to like? Anthony Slater's joining the show in 20 minutes.
I felt like Wiggins had his best game of the year
I'm
in
having
terms
a great
of,
time.
looking good and efficient. And yeah, they look great.
650. I'm loving life. Philadelphia's going to lose the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Wait,
right?
time out. You can't have both opinions simultaneously. You do this all the time. Pete, I love you.
What'd I do?
Draw a line in the sand, Mark
What'd I do?
Willard. Like, are you rooting for Philly or Kansas City? Who you got?
I'm rooting for Kansas City. You know that. They came at me harder than anybody in this
All right,
country.
then stop saying that. Oh, I think the Eagles are going to win.
Well,
there.
I just think they have the better team.
You
up
can't. No,
front.
you don't get it both
I
ways.
think they have
It's
the
pick
better
one or the
team.
other.
I think they have the better team. But if you watch the Bullies in Baltimore, 30 for 30, Brian Billick said it when they beat Tennessee in the regular season. He put up the cover of Sports Illustrated and said, look, Tennessee, the best team in the NFL, but not today. And that's what I'm planning on doing on Sunday. Hey, Philly, you're the best team in the NFL, but not today.
Like the Warriors in 2016. Like the Warriors in 2019.
There. Hey, Toronto, you got the best team in it. Well, Toronto probably said that to the Warriors, yeah. Hey, you got the best team, Golden State. More talent than anybody. But not this week. All right. Football is over. Basketball's here. So What do you think, Shasky?
Wait, football's not over. Just 1 second, because we brought it up with Baldy, and I haven't had a chance to
I didn't
react to
ask him about the Pro Bowl. Forgot to ask him
it.
about the Pro Bowl.
No one watched the Pro Bowl.
No, a lot of people. No, that's not true. Over 50,000 people were at the
you
Legion
watch the
Stadium.
Pro Bowl?
Absolutely, I watched the Pro Bowl games. I paused
Instead
it.
of Pebble?
Dude, hell yeah. I paused it at times just to take a bathroom break saying I don't want to miss any action.
The Pro Bowl?
Dude,
That's the saddest sentence I've ever
Kyle
heard.
Juszczyk was balling. Kittle caught some touchdowns.
So he touched the ball more in this one game than he has in his entirety of his Niner career.
Absolutely.
Tells me everything I need to know about the Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl skills. Dude, Pro Bowl games were sick.
Oh, sick.
They were sick, dude.
I mean, now you're
exaggerating. No, I'm not exaggerating. 50,000 people at Allegiant Stadium watching this thing. It was so good. The Pro Bowl games were so good that ESPN said, you know what? We know we have the Knicks and Sixers.
No one cares about Knicks and Sixers.
We're going to keep this telecast rolling, and we'll get the Knicks and Sixers when the Pro Bowl games are over.
The worst rated college bowl game was like 5 times what the best NBA game was this year. Like, it's just that you can't even compare apples to oranges. Anything football related is going to draw well.
Yeah, no doubt. And
but I didn't watch.
Man, I'm disappointed.
No.
888-957-9570.
I watched the Pro-Am.
Dude, Pro Bowl game. Who won the Pro-Am, by the way? Didn't it get rained out for
Justin Rose. He won it yesterday. The fourth day was concluded early on Sunday night, and because of obviously the weather, it was a beautiful day. And then they finished it yesterday.
How old is Justin Rose now?
He's 42.
Yeah, he's been around
First
for a
win
while.
In 4 years.
Yeah, he wasn't he like one of the young up and comers.
He lost to Sergio. He hurt his back in that playoff in the Masters many years ago, and he hasn't had a big win in a long time. He switched equipment companies from TaylorMade to Honma, and then he got put on a milk carton.
There you go.
Yeah, that's your golf minute.
Yeah, I watched the Pro Bowl game.
But
Derek Carr,
of this,
how about Derek Carr taking another L at Allegiant Stadium? That was great. He threw an interception.
Why is Derek Carr Pro Bowl?
Dude, Kirk Cousins treated that damn thing like the Super Bowl.
Bonte. Josh Allen was golfing in Pebble instead of participating in the Pro Bowl. Tells me everything I need to know.
Well, you know what? It's all
Brandon
good.
Ayuk. Okay, we haven't had a chance to talk about this. Brandon Ayuk saying that the Niners were gonna smash on Philly, but the Brock injury.
Here, let's play it. Brad Graham. Hey, by the way, our boy Brad Graham blowing up. I mean, he's got Brandon Ayuk on his podcast. We get Brad Graham. He gets Brandon Ayuk.
Well, maybe he can help produce for this show. Get us some good guests.
Well, Lubman's right now rattled a little bit. Lubman, let's get our head together.
He's worried about counting people at FanFest.
Well, I think Matt Nahi had probably got on him about something. It wasn't 12,000 at FanFest. It was 8,000. Stop promoting FanFest.
Accuracy matters.
Brandon Ayuk with Brad Graham.
I was talking to Cowboys players who were talking about us. Look at me. I'm sitting on the couch. I had no room to talk about nobody playing next week. So I'll just leave it at that.
Couch. I can't say nothing.
But like I said, I got the Kansas. I got the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs. I don't know. I just think Philly definitely has
got Kelsey. Even
they got their hands full. They got their hands full. I don't know fully about that defense. I don't know. They talk about them being a good defense. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure. I think the pass game, this Kansas City pass game will expose what we thought we were going to be able to expose for some unfortunate circumstances happening. So we'll see. But like I said, you got to get lucky to win the Super Bowl.
And Darius Slay Jr. responded yesterday at Super Bowl Media Day. Here's what Slay had to say about Ayuk's comments.
Defense and the passing game for, I think, almost the whole year. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. That was weird. Bad sportsmanship by him. Bad. What kind of chance they're gonna get? The first time they drop back, we go break their quarterback, both of them. I don't know what chance they would have got, but shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
To the victors goes the spoils. One of these things that I've noticed in media that we do is that the headline is always worse than the actual soundbite. The soundbite is not that damning. He's saying, hey, I think Kansas City is going to expose what we were hoping to expose, but we didn't get a chance to do it. Like, in the context of the way Brandon Ayuk said it, makes total sense. That being said, Bonte, nothing is worse than when someone loses and then they have to go out and try to but we would have done X, Y, and Z. It's just know you lost and let it go.
You got to take the L.
That's my thing.
And Darius Slay Jr. is right. The Eagles get credit. They knocked both the 49ers quarterbacks out of that football game. That's because of their defense was being ferocious. Reddick comes around, makes a play on the football. Purdy's out. Josh Johnson gets knocked out with a concussion. He got rocked. Philly gets credit for that. They knocked out the Niners quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And therefore, you know what? You lose. By the way, all guests appear in the Bud Light guest line.
They get the
Bud Light,
last laugh.
easy to drink, easy to enjoy. It just sounds kind of weak, and I like BA.
No, I
just,
do too.
You know, it doesn't
Well,
sound
and
good.
that brings me into another point. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Brandon Ayuk could get traded." Why? Why are we in such a rush to extend and pay everyone in
Right.
sports, just in general?
Why would you want to trade
You
Ayuk?
have the fifth-year option because he's a first-round pick, and then you play it out. You also have the franchise tag in your back pocket. Who says you have to come to an early agreement extension with every single player in the league? We do this in sports. We're so obsessed with the transaction. The season just ended. Let's settle down. Everyone relax. You know, teams aren't knocking over themselves to give him $100 million contract. It'll all play itself out. Brandon Ayuk's going nowhere.
Yeah, I'm with you there. By the way, the NBA's trade deadline is Thursday, and we have you covered with all the latest news leading up to it. Our trade deadline coverage is brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years. Trade deadline coverage, of course, Tim Kawakami is going to be live in studio from 8 to 9 on trade deadline day.
Oh,
What
my
will the
God.
Warriors do? We'll get back to them in a second with Anthony Slater. But Brandon Ayuk is a premium player. I want to keep him, which leads me to Nick Bosa. And we're going to discuss this all offseason.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on giving him $30 million a year. I will franchise tag Nick Bosa because, look, he had a great regular season, but you got to show up in the playoffs. He was MIA in the postseason.
I think he was hurt, but I agree with you. And you're like, I expected more impact from him this playoff run. Bonte, he's been an impactful playoff player. He's the all-time leading sack leader of 49er history in the playoffs. That's number one. But the thing that you have to come to an extension with him, like if it works financially for the team and it allows them flexibility, yeah, boom, let's do it. You know, if I think that he's going to be a problem or a malcontent, yeah, okay, I would make it a priority and I want to pay him. But like the reality is, you don't have to pay everyone immediately all the time. Like Lamar Jackson, the situation that's going on with Baltimore right now, right? Like they've taken this as far as they can. If they really wanted Lamar Jackson, they could franchise tag him.
Right.
And then they could dangle him out there and say, hey, slap a couple first rounders in our face and maybe we'll deal him to you. Baltimore has the power here. That's the beauty of the CBA for the NFL. The teams have the power. And to me, the most underutilized tool in the tool belt is the franchise tag.
Yeah.
So if I pay him top 5 money at the position for 1 year, what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. Look, I want Lamar to find his way in Miami. I want to see Lamar with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and all that speed on the offensive end with Mike McDaniel. I want to see him get out of Baltimore because Baltimore's done him a disservice, which in a sense, I don't like having a team having all that control when Lamar Jackson has won an MVP, and he's done it with basically Mark Andrews and a bunch of who's. I mean, Hollywood Brown was his number 1 receiver. I like Hollywood.
I know,
but he's
a
number 3.
He sucks.
He's not a number 1. I don't think he sucks, but he's not a number 1 or number 2.
Well, as a number 1 getting paid and getting traded for a first round pick, he sucks. Like in that context. But I'm with you. He's a 3. But like that's the big thing that I think Baltimore whiffed on. They allowed Judon to leave in free agency. They allowed all these guys to leave in free agency when their quarterback was making nothing.
Right.
The whole idea is to build the team around the guy, and then once the quarterback's money kicks in, that's when you let guys go. Yet Baltimore never surrounded him with talent. So I'm with you on that. But that's why I look at the 49ers situation a little different, and I say to myself, like, because the 2 quarterbacks, you conceivably Brock and Trey Lance, are going to be under such team-controlled numbers, now is the time where you don't have to extend everyone. You can run it out and say, hey, we're going to franchise tag Bosa. We're going to keep Ayuk on a 5th-year option. Like, that was the big misstep, in my opinion, with the whole DeForest Buckner, Eric Armstead thing.
Boy.
You could have franchise tagged Armstead, and you could have 5th-year optioned DeForest Buckner.
And work something out, boy.
Exactly.
They missed Buck against Philadelphia. They also missed DJ Jones. DJ Jones was...
I'm with you.
Oh, man, DJ, they need somebody up in that middle. Let's go to Jordan. Jordan in Union City. What up, Jordan? What's going on?
What's up, J Money?
What's happening, Bonte? Shafty, happy to see and hear that you're back on the airwaves.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I just want to ask a question because so what Brandon Ayuk had to say, it made me think about just some other things I heard from 49ers players. I just want to get y'all's thoughts on this. To me, it kind of feels like the Niners feel like they're entitled to be back in the Super Bowl, and they deserve they're supposed to be there. So yeah, I want to get your thoughts on
Well,
that.
you know what?
Hope y'all have a good day and have a good show.
Thanks, Jordan. I hope you're feeling better, buddy.
B, I'll let you get in here, but like I completely concur. What drove me nuts was at the end of the Harbaugh era when I heard Alex Boone, who I love. We got to the mountaintop, and when they were talking about all this stuff about how it was birthright for them to be in the Super Bowl, and there was this. We've been there, done that, and we should be, better than what we are, and not that same hunger and that chip on your shoulder. And I do feel like the Niners right now are giving me those same vibes.
I think they're hungry. I think they have a chip on their shoulder.
I'm not saying they're not hungry. I'm saying the vibes of arrogance.
But there is some arrogance because George Kittle before the NFC title game talked about Philadelphia being, on paper they're physical, but we'll see on the football field. And he challenges ferocious Philadelphia front that amassed over 70 regular season sacks. 70 regular season sacks. And their offense has been humming and clicking on all cylinders. And the Eagles were quick to clap back after the game saying, paper, huh? Like Fletcher Cox's tweet, like, oh, we're just physical on paper. And so this arrogance that, hey, we're better than you. We'll see if you're physical. Yeah, if we had our quarterback, we would have done damage. You haven't won anything yet. The fact is you're closer to being the Buffalo Bills / the Eagles 2000s and all these teams that are the Harbaugh Niners, all these teams falling short and not winning any damn thing. That's what you're becoming right now. And that's a sad, sad deal with the 49ers. The pressure each year with this core ratchets it up. It goes up to another level, Shasky, every single year when you don't win. You don't win, Shanahan has to hear it all. Kittle has to hear it all. Like, how many people are going to be replaying that clip of George Kittle after losing to the Chiefs saying, I will be back. I will be back. I will be back. And here we are in 2023, and you haven't been back.
Well, I mean, you're right. And I worry that this cycle, like, we're in a down cycle. Like, we've already kind of peaked a little, and we're going to come back down. And I think some of their financial moves are starting to come back to haunt them. Like, think about this one, B. Obviously, McGlinchey's going to be a free agent. I said to you 2 years ago, I said, I would have given this guy a 2-year, $10 million extension. No way am I giving him that 5th-year option. Now, every team needs a right tackle, and his values. Michael McGlinchey, he's just an average right tackle.
He's going to get paid, too.
I know, and he's not worth it. He's not worth it. And all these people can tell me, finding a right tackle, that's what I'm paying Shanahan $20 million a year for. Find me a right tackle who's better than Mike McGlinchey for crying out loud. But, like, for example, this year, do you know that they're going to have a $9 million cap hit on Dee Ford? Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
Remember when they restructured him, and I said to you, why are you restructuring him? He's done. Like, there's just eat the money. Instead of eating the money in real time, they try to get all cute with that one, and now it's coming back, and now you have a $9 million hit on a player who hasn't played it down for you in 3 years. That's what the early 2000s Niners did with all that dead money.
Well, dead money, financial mistakes, and you missed on some draft picks.
And missed opportunities.
And that's going to catch up at some point.
Yeah.
When you continue to miss. The one draft pick they haven't missed on is Brandon Ayuk in the first round. But let's be honest, Mike McGlinchey was a miss.
Yeah, over Derwin James when you needed a safety, and you still need a safety.
Javon Kinlaw, it's been a miss.
It's a huge whiff.
It's a huge. It's not even funny
it's
anymore.
It's a huge whiff.
It's not even funny. Solomon Thomas was a huge whiff.
Reuben
Foster was a huge whiff. I mean, you've had multiple whiffs in the first and second rounds, and then not to mention all the running backs you whiffed on. It catches up to you at some point. So where Baldy talks about the Eagles being 10 deep on the defensive line, being deep on the offensive line, and you look at the Niners, as soon as Burford's out the game, you're like, oh, my God, Brunskill's in. Oh, my God, can Brindle hold up? Oh, my gosh, Bosa's hurt. Who's rushing the passer? Oh, my gosh, Armstead's out. Now you got to go Kinlaw and Givens. You'll miss out on DJ Jones because of these whips. So Niners got some retooling, man. They got to stop talking. They have to stop talking because the Eagles will be back. The Giants will be better. The Cowboys will be around. The Commanders will be better. Seattle has money, and they have picks.
Bonte, right? They've got a rockety, grizzly feel to them, the Niners, at times when you talk like this and you lose. I'm not saying that's what they are. I'm saying you have that feel when you lose, because nothing is worse than the loser's limp, as Coach Peralta used to tell us. The guy who gets burned deep, it's because of my hamstring. Right. It's like, dog, take the L, shut up. To the spoils go the victors. Right. Sometimes you just got to just shut up and say the opponent kicked our ass.
Yeah, it doesn't look good when you're talking.
It doesn't.
And the Niners, look, everybody's saying, oh, man, if the Eagles win, the Niners could be in that first game when they play the Eagles. I don't want the Eagles to be the first game.
No.
I'll tell you that right now. I don't want them to be the first game.
Especially if Brock's not ready.
Right. Trey Lance going to come back after 5 starts in the last 4 years? Hey, here you go, Trey. The job is yours. Go out and get Philadelphia when they're raising another banner. Like, that would be, oh, my gosh. You imagine that? Poor Trey. Anyway, we got Anthony Slater coming up. We'll talk some Warriors here. What will the Warriors do at the deadline? He's got a great quote from Draymond Green we'll get into. And then Fast Five. Fast Five. We'll come up with a question on the other side for the Xfinity Fast Five coming up at 7:50. That's all sponsored by the San Francisco Gift and Jewelry Center. You know, when you ask your partner what's wrong and they say nothing, we've all been there before. We've all been there. You get the wrong gift. Well, the Valentine's Day gift you got last year is what is wrong. What did I get Anna last Valentine's Day? I don't remember. With 75 showrooms in one location.
Sound like every man in America right now. I don't remember what I got her for Christmas.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It was a month
I don't
ago.
even think I got her anything for Christmas. We decided not to give each other gifts for Christmas, and then she got mad at me, saying, you were supposed to
So
give me
let's
something.
make that happen.
Well,
this year.
since you told me not to get you anything.
Bonte, I fall into that trap every single time. It's like a bear trap.
Right.
You're like, oh yeah, good. We're not getting each other anything,
Right.
and then the next thing you know, you didn't get me anything. It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a big time trap. By the way,
It's called the 42 fake, Mac.
we're gonna be in Valentine's Day. We're gonna be flying to Cabo, I believe. So I don't have to do anything. I gotta work on Valentine's. Oh man, let me not get there. 75 showrooms in one location. This
He's
Valentine's Day. Let the San Francisco
Fretting
Gift
the
and
car.
Jewelry Center help you right some wrongs. Now I'm stressed out about Valentine's Day. It's creeping on us, man. What is it? 7?
Sir, I'd like a double shot of 1942.
I need one right now. Even though I don't drink much, I do not drink much at all.